Alright, we have the car on jack stands. Let's see what's going on with it. Here's what we know so far. We have one broken stud on the right front. We also have two lug nuts that won't come off on the left front. And we have a left rear shock that is leaking. And we have a right rear shock that appears to be leaking as well. Evident the shocks are bad, looking at the inside wear here on the tire. I can also hear it when I was driving down the road, thump, thump, thump. Alright, we're going to fix this broken stud here on the Honda Fit. Let's get to it. Got to use an impact driver to get this Phillips screw out. Most of the time they're pretty tight. As you see here, the stud won't come all the way out, so we're going to have to cut it off. Alright, now that we got the old one out, let's see if we can get the new one in. Should be just enough room here. If we cut the piece of this backing plate out, we should be able to slide the new one in. With the backing plate notched out, trying to insert the new stud, there's not enough clearance to fit it in there. But if you take the stud and you notch it so a little bit of it's missing, it will clear and go right in there. There's several ways you can pull this through. I'm using a lug nut tool that has a bearing in it to help take the tension off of it while you're pulling it through. Alright, new stud's pressed in. We're good to go. Since I'm waiting for the AC to vacuum down, it'll be a good time to change the oil. When you change a Honda drain plug, you're supposed to change out this aluminum washer. No one's done it the last couple changes. You can see how it's mushroomed up by the threads. On the new one, ready to rock. You use a lot of Honda oil changes or Chrysler oil changes. There's a cool tool you can use. It's a funnel, threaded, for the cap threads. Makes it a lot nicer to keep the foam from moving. Everything's going to this eco packaging. Some nice clean oil. I hadn't changed the oil since I got the car, so who knows how many miles are really on this last oil change. It did look pretty black. Alright, now we got the oil in there, we can start it up, see what happens. Once you have the shock cover removed, you'll need a 14mm wrench and an Allen to keep the shock from turning while you break the nut loose. If you don't have one, you can just cut the upper shock boot and put a pair of vice grips on there as well. Now that I have the upper shocks removed, I'm going to go underneath and I'm going to remove the bolt holding them in underneath the car. You do not have to have the car on jacks to do this step, but it does make it a little easier. If you're curious about my last video with the air conditioning repair, here's a picture of the condenser I pulled out of it. As you can see, it's pretty banged up, so there's no surprise here that it was leaking. Here's some like, share, subscribe stuff on the screen. Try and do some of that stuff. And leave a comment, criticism, or concern down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.